Hey guys, so today I'm gonna make another video for you all, as I guess you guys can love these things. And today we're gonna continue on our documentary on the Malaysian Flight 370. And last time when we left off, we were I said that now behind the cockpit door was a man who had been training for that incident all his life. And now let's continue. After, now Zahari, the captain, could start his plan. He first needed to remove his flight from all radar screens. You know what? You want to know why? How he could do that? Because Lumpur radar just said goodbye to them, and Ho Chi Minh radar would take a few minutes before they could make contact with Ho Chi Minh radar. So technically, my flight 370 was in limbo. So Zahari could do technically anything. So he first needed to, and he wanted to make an airplane disappear forever. And in order to do that, he needed to sever the connections from all radar screens in the world from flight 370. But removing the flight from radar screens was kind of simple. There's a dial in the middle of the controls that makes the pilot select which type of information they want to get sent down to the radar screens. It has 5 options, but there's only main 3. Fully on, where all the information can be sent. Altitude off, where only altitude shows 0, and fully off, where no information is sent down. And now, Zahari slowly pull the lever down to off. But even though he did this, he still left one clue behind. One of the biggest clues that could help solve this mystery. As Zahari pulled the dial to off, he's past the altitude off option, and for this 1 millisecond, all the radar screens showed what altitude they were in. I don't quite know how this altitude thing can help, but if anyone, please tell me in the comments. But this clue would take years to find out this incident. So that was another small clue though. But this next one is kind of big. And this is also another problem though. Even though Zahari had removed all Malaysian Flight 370 from all radar screens, he still had one big problem with connections. Malaysian Airlines still could know where Malaysian 370 is, because 1, it was the aircraft he was flying, and 2, because something called ACARS. ACARS is a type of ground connection. It's how airlines know where their aircrafts are. It has two things that help ACARS work: SATCOM, aka satellite communication, and VHF radio. I don't know what that is, but remember SATCOM though. That will become an important piece of this puzzle very soon, maybe in the next video. But he couldn't quite. I forgot to say that. Zahari couldn't. I forgot to say that when I said that altitude thing. Zahari, he couldn't. We had to kind of go back. I forgot this part. Zahari couldn't quite fully turn all the information radar off until he was fully out of radar connection. He was literally in the waypoint at Kari, and if he had turned the dial off there, every single radar would notice. So we had to wait until he passed Igari and the plane would start pointing to B naught, next waypoint. And the moment it reached Ikari, turning to B naught, yeah, Zahari pulled the lever, pulled the dial literally. And now we're done with that problem I made. Back to A cars. And remember SATCOM, okay? As I said earlier, that will become a very important piece of this puzzle. Maybe in the next video. And now that he was also fully out of Ikari and approaching B naught, he could easily just turn off A cars. No one would notice. And he could make it look like a massive electrical failure happened to turn off A cars completely. So, with the help of his two fingers, he turned off the dials to SATCOM, A cars, and VHF. And just to be more safe, he went to the control screen and deselected A cars and VHF. Now, even if SATCOM came back online, A cars still couldn't talk to the ground. The A cars and VHF, the SATCOM and VHF radio option has to be selected in order to do that. And now, Zahari had done it. He has completely severed all connections from the aircraft to the ground. But now you might be wondering, well, the passengers and the in-flight entertainment system can still connect it with them, can't they? Well, that's another advantage. When Zahari turned off SATCOM, all the satellite communication with the passengers' phones and the text messages in the in-flight entertainment system, they wouldn't work either. SATCOM connects all this information into air cars and sends them back to the ground. And now, no one could connect with Malaysian Flight 370. Zahari had done it. He had completely removed it from all connections. But he still had a few other problems, though, that I literally have to write in the script first, because this place is where I literally ended the script and then I made this video. I have to start doing this. I started from like here, and yesterday I started from there, and now I'm already here on the next page. 2 pages away, and it just took 2 days. I don't even know how long to make the 3rd part, though. Can someone please help me what VHF does in aircrafts? Because I have no idea. Well, that's all I have to say about this. Sorry for the weird way I uploaded this. My brain just isn't in the mood right now, but I still want to do this. So, see you in the next video. Bye.